logarithms, and out of those, there are three which are frequently used. Here's the first one. It tells us about the log of xy to the base b. You see that there's a product inside. So the first rule states that this equals log of x to the base b plus log of y to the base b. Yes, this is the first rule and it's called the logarithmic addition identity. When two logs with the same base are added, we write the argument as the product of the two arguments. The most important thing we should notice here is the base. The base has to be the same. Only then will this rule hold true. The next rule talks about log of x over y to the base b. You can probably guess what this will be equal to. Yes, it will be equal to log of x to the base b minus log of y to the base b. That's the second rule, and again, the bases are the same. This is referred to as the logarithmic subtraction identity. The third rule is quite interesting. It tells us about the log of a raised to n to the base b. Here the base is b and the argument is a raised to n. It equals n times log of a to the base b. The power of the argument is written here. So these are the three most important rules in logarithms. But there are a few common mistakes that students make while remembering these rules. Log x multiplied by log y is not equal to log of x plus y. Log of x times y is equal to log of x plus log of y. And similarly, log of x divided by log of y is not equal to log of x minus y. Remember that the product or the division is written as the argument, not here. Now, where do these rules help us? Let's look at an example. We have been asked to find the log of 24 to the base 2. Now, most calculators provide the answers for log to the base 10 and the natural log. So, assume that we need to find this value without the calculator. But we are given some additional information along with it. The log of 6 to the base 2 is equal to 2.58496. How do we approach this problem? We are given the value of log 6 to the base 2 and we need to find the value of log 24 to the base 2. Give it a try. The trick lies in writing 24 as a product of two numbers. This can be written as log of 4 times 6 to the base 2. The argument 24 is written as 4 times 6. Now, why did we write it as 4 times 6 and not 2 times 12? You'll know soon. Let's try applying the first rule here. We can write it as log of 4 to the base 2 plus log of 6 to the base 2. Log of xy is log of x plus log of y. It's the same concept we applied here. We have been given the value of this term, but what about this one? Do we need the calculator for this? This just asks us 2 raised to what will give us 4. And the answer is 2. There was another way in which we could have solved for the first term. It can be written as log of 2 squared to the base 2. Applying the third rule, we can write this as 2 times log of 2 to the base 2. And we know that log of b to the base b equals 1. And 2 times 1 is 2. No matter what rule or property you apply, you will get the same answer. Anyway, coming back to our problem. This is given to us as 2.58496. Adding these terms gives us 4.58496. Let's verify our answer using an online calculator. The base is 2 and the argument is 24. If we calculate this, we get 4.58496. Our answer is correct. Before we move on to the other examples, we will prove these three rules in the next few videos. It's 10 or sometimes it's e. Log to the base e is also written as ln or the natural logarithm. Why is it called the natural logarithm? We will see that in another video, but for now, you should know that these two are the most commonly used bases in logarithms. Base 10 and base e. And most of the scientific or the financial calculators have one or both of these two logarithms. So what would we do if we are asked to find the value of log 8 to the base 3 using a calculator? We can't find this value, right? That's where the change of base formula comes into the picture. The change of base formula states that log of a to the base b can be written as log of a to the base x over log of b to the base x. Log of a to any base x over log of b to that same base x. The bases in the numerator and the denominator should be the same. Of course, the normal conditions about the base and the argument will still exist. The base, or in this case x, will be greater than 0 and x will not be equal to 1. And the arguments a and b will be greater than 0. This is the change of base formula. Quite easy to remember actually. The argument becomes the numerator, the base becomes the denominator, and the bases here will be the same and can be anything. Coming back to our question, how do we find the value of log of 8 to the base 3? Because the calculator can't really help us with this, we can write it as log of 8 to the base e over log of 3 to the base e. The argument was written in the numerator, the base in the denominator, and the common base was chosen as e. The calculator can give us these two values. Here's a scientific calculator. We can see that we are given the natural log and the log to the base 10 buttons. We are interested in the natural log here. The numerator is the natural log of 8. The natural log of 8 approximately gives us 2.0794. So we write 2.0794 in the numerator. In the denominator, we have the natural log of 3. That'll approximately give us 1.0986. We write this in the denominator. And this value can be easily calculated using the calculator. 2.0794 over 1.0986 will give us 1.8928 approximately. That's one of the ways in which change of base helps us. Some calculators also give us the value of log to the base 10. So this can also be written as log of 8 to the base 10 over log of 3 to the base 10. Let's see what this gives us. Log to the base 10 can also be written as log. Log implies log to the base 10. Log of 8 gives us this, approximately 0.9031. Now we move on to the denominator. Log of 3 will give us this, 0.4771. What do you think this value should be equal to? 0.9031 divided by 0.4771 gives us this, 1.8928 approximately. It's the same value and it has to be the same value. The log of 8 to the base 3 has just one value. And it's this, doesn't matter how we calculate it. That was the change of base formula. And with this formula, there's one other minor property we can derive. We know this formula. Now, if we divide the numerator and the denominator by log of a to the base x, we get this. Look at the denominator now. What will this be equal to? Using the change of base formula again, it will equal log of b to the base a. It will equal this. We get log of a to the base b equal to 1 over log b to the base a. And multiplying both sides with log of b to the base a will result in this. Log of a to the base b multiplied by log of b to the base a will equal 1.